No, that will have to go back though. I know that. And what I'd say, Craig, is it's going to have to go down. Yeah. Yeah. And the reason why it has to go, because what happens is I have to split the crowd control out here. Now there's a big thing goes here, blocks this off, because the whole place is a wind tunnel. Wind, it's a difficult. And we've got a Luxon sign going this way, and we've got Stars, Paddy Power, Cash, etc. going here, and then we split this queue into two and we walk them around, so I need to get them.
The dream was recreational poker players could experience a large event for an affordable buy-in that they could either buy in with or satellite through different mediums, whether it be online or whether it be through clubs or through even home games around the country, and to have a growth getting to the kind of numbers that we have this year into the thousands. Because we have to split up so many things between the two of us and a team, so I don't have to deal, for example, with staffing and hotels like JP and Laura doing a lot of stuff. That's extremely difficult. I'm dealing with maybe a couple of dozen other things. It's really now at this stage, in fairness, all we're doing to a degree is rinsing and repeating and learning what we can do, and then how can we just improve each year now. That's where we are every year, just improving.
They're kind of filing in here. I got an inside line and an outside line because I'm trying to get the DBIs and the PokerStars lads down to the end there, and I'm trying to get the cash buy-ins into this. So, but I can work that through there and around. So I would imagine you're coming to about, that's your starting line.
I'd be more of, what I would say, the dreamer of the two of us, between myself and Paul. And obviously I've been running the Norwegian Championships in Dublin prior, it was the weekend before the Irish Open. And I actually had approached Paddy Powers about trying to merge the two events together. The Irish Open had kind of lost its identity in the kind of previous 4 or 5 years. The buy-in had gone from 3.5 to 4.5k, back to 3.5 to 250. We made what a lot of people thought at the time was a bold decision to bring it down to a 1k buy-in. And a lot of people thought we were devaluing the event. But we looked at what the market was out there, and the games that were at the 3.5 to 5k buy-ins were getting super numbers, like PokerStars EPTs, for example, and we didn't have any online support. So we said we're going to build this back up from the start and try and make it the best 1k event in the world.
Day 3, we're supposed to be organising the chairs. There's about 2,500 chairs coming, and we have to set them up, usually 11 to each table. Average tournament is 9 chairs. We have to get up a lot of advertising as well in the games room out the back with Phil Baker. He's trying to organise that. Every tournament has a different selection of chips on it. Like you're talking 1 million chips. It has to be organised, different grades of chips, 100s, 50s, 500. There's a lot to go on yet today.
Either way, we have to get 6 tables extra in here. We've got 2 of them up here, so we have to figure out 4 somewhere here. Now, you might figure them there, but I don't think you will figure it out there.
Oh, because he has these lines drawn in, and that's that pillar there.
See if he can fix that, and we'll take it from there. Right, clear as mud.
No,
We'll get there. All right.
The blue case with the 14k in it.
Where am I? Which way am I going? Which way am I aiming? The
Screen goes on the continuity wire.
yeah.
Projector here.
That's the blue 14Ks. Is it behind the 2 10Ks over there? Is that on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got 2 10Ks down here. So, show you now. So we've got 12 by 6 going here. We've got 10k here.
10k, grant.
And we'll go through how that rigging happens. You got 116 here. Daisy chain to that. And then the 14k, we'll probably have to take a feed off there and come across.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
We're all good. I'll come
Yeah.
back. Yeah, good. Everything else, this is the last thing to do.
Right, okay.
Right. So will you run through and just a balcony TX RX, and I'll go through Leo what I'm doing inside.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a team of 4 of us working on the network here, and again what we're doing is we're working very closely with Irish PokerStars networks team as well, making sure that all security setups is done. We've got to make sure that the network is completely locked down. When we first started here, it's our 3rd year here now, and every year we've got to put in the full cable and infrastructure. what we've done is we've ran over 700 metres of Cat6 FTP cable, and what's that doing is that's giving us connectivity from all the separate switches throughout the building back to our hub and then to the separate VLANs. So to make sure that it's a secure network and nothing can get hacked into, I suppose, is the key thing here. So then we'll just set that up, open up Explorer, and then set up the boxes on the back of it. Yeah, so by tomorrow evening we have to make sure that the whole network is live. We're already testing the network, we're doing hotspots as well, so making sure that we've got full coverage. We've also run an additional 20 cables, just in case there's any dark spots in the space that we can put in additional access points.
Yes, look, any working relationship, we work hard together. We go off and have quite a few points. Some of our maddest ideas that we come up with is when we've had a skin load of points, and so yeah, look, we work great together. We complement each other in there's areas that I'm not good at, that Paul's very good at. So we complement each other very well, and it's worked really well over the almost 10 years now at this stage.
The registration system, all of that whole process where you're walking through, you're coming in there on a Friday, and in the past you would have a large, like the longest time in the queue was 10 to 15 minutes. Now that's very good considering the thousands of people who are coming in here to sit down. There's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of work in the background, so in fairness, the credit goes to most of them people as well.
I said at the start we'd get 2,000 players in 5 years. A lot of people laughed at me, including Paul, but we did it. So, and then our next target was 5,000 players in the next 5 years, and we're almost at that already.
Yeah, look, it's an impressive room, in fairness, but it's not like we've got the rigging teams, the LED teams, all the lads who are coming in and setting it all up. And now, the good thing now is we're here in our third year, so now we know the environment, now we know where everything's going. So this year was very difficult, but easier. The problem now we probably have for next year is we need more space.
So what we're concentrating on at the minute, because our body's with me, is all the ones around the table, on the ground floor. Next I'm going to move on to the ones in here, into this table.
What have we got, 8 out here, is it?
We've 8 or 10 out there.
Right, and then 6 in there.
6 in there, and then we're going to have all the rest of them coming back down from upstairs. But it'll be the same as that, and then we haven't started the cash desk yet.
So when the new cameras arrive tomorrow?
New cameras for upstairs and all are arriving in the morning. We're collecting them in the morning. The order's gone in for them, they're ready for collection.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like we know each other, like Dublin's a small place, you know, Ireland's a small place. We know each other before we actually decided to get together. He was running the Norwegians, I was working at the Irish Open with Paddy Power, then we decided, well, I think the best thing to do is we both look at taking over the Irish Open. The next best thing, they must have merged it with the Norwegians, and we had this great 19-20 day festival. Obviously, what's happened with City West is there. Look, for the most part, 99 times out of 100, everything's grand. Like all business relationships, like all partnerships, now and again you don't agree, and you might, and we don't have words, but we've always had a thing, if we both don't agree on something, but then it doesn't usually happen. Now I might have to talk him around to something, he might have to talk me around into something, and we get there, but if we both don't agree, and in the end we just continue to not agree, well then we usually just have to suck it up and it might not happen. But for the most part, we usually get everything across the line.
Break this down to 2 elements here. We've got You've got the people who are wanting to vlog on themselves, their experience, their journey through the Irish Open. Now, some of them want to capture the cards, and that's fine, but whatever the recording device is has to be up high enough that the dealer, when they're pitching, can't see the cards.
So does this conflict with our TDA rules then, and the new additions onto the TDA rules?
So this, give me 30 seconds here, and then you can have me for 10 seconds. So, potentially, yes. So this is where you're giving someone immediate pass where they have to be. Now this has happened in the past where I remember in part 2 from transfer years, there was a media person there, exact same thing, similar scenario where a media person was actually making hand signals for a player. So the big thing is about the integrity of the game. Jen and Jan won't necessarily be on the floor. Then Poker News of 2. We're now up to 11.
So here is so are you allowing grinders, the German guys and stuff in then during that time?
No, I don't think so.
So this is where the sickness comes.
You give me a buzz when you're finished.
To be honest with you, once we open the doors and we have our first tournament up and running, it runs smoothly. Like myself and Paul's role, for the most part, once the event happens, is host to our sponsors. New players come from various different parts of the world. We meet them at the crackdown. We have a few points. Like we have an amazing team of staff there, some of the best floor staff and dealers. So we know once the game kicks off that the event is in good hands. The poker elements of the event is in good hands. So for us, it's the key part is trying to keep the players here happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of JP McCann and Paul O'Reilly, the proprietors of the Irish Open, welcome to Dublin. Welcome to the 2025 Irish Open with a guarantee of 2.5 billion. That's going to be absolutely smashed here this weekend.
First day, Irish Open 2025. Nice and quiet, nice and steady. Everyone's coming in, everyone's flying in. It's looking good. This is my third time at the Irish Open. Honestly, Irish Open, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's one of the few events of the year that everyone likes to come around, everywhere from Europe, even from the world, as players and dealers. And it's run so smoothly. We've got the best team here. And to be honest, the event's just getting bigger and bigger, so there's no reason to not be a part of it. It's very friendly here. It's a little bit different to other countries where normally you would work and then you go back to your hotel and you're kind of separated from everyone. But here at the Irish Open, it's completely different. You know, if you can work hard and you can play hard, as long as you can work hard the next day, then there's no issues there. And like I said, it's a great crack, as they like to say.
5, Nixon 6, Katerina G 7, Sasha 8, Cindy 9, Martins 10. Vincenzo, will you get chips for table 29?
Can I have this list? Cheers, Emma. Right, girls, come back to me at past, yeah?
Find out from the TD how many tables he wants to sit. Check that we've got enough dealers for all those tables he wants to open. And
where he's going to put the tournament.
What colour the tournament is, because all the tournaments are different colours. Then as the dealers come in, we assign them a table.
We have more dealers in the amount of tables.
Yeah.
We have to bring enough, and sometimes it's tight. The push might be longer. Yeah. They might have to do longer on the table, depending on many tables. Dealing with different personalities, because I mean, when you've got 300 odd dealers, sometimes they get tired.
And trying to remember everybody's names.
Nick O'Hara, who's a fantastic tournament director, and he was actually up for one of the nominees in Vegas. A couple of weeks ago, he explored all the data from our system, which shows how many players, how many tables were open in each tournament per half hour, and asked us what did we think it was going to increase by. So about 3 weeks ago, when we got all that data, he goes, well, on Wednesday it looks like you need 246 tables. So we actually got another 60 dealers and 50 tables.
And even at that, we're to the wire with the extra 60, so I think we're at we're close on 252 or 250 odd anyway now at the moment. Plus, you could squeeze it in, but then it becomes uncomfortable. So you're trying to make it comfortable for people as well. So the other new room now, that needs a sprinkle of a bit of a pizzazz now next year to make that nice and comfortable.
JP, he would put the schedule together, then he hands me an Excel sheet with a schedule on it, and then I kind of from there work on all the projections. I'm quite involved in creating all of the tournaments in K-Hold'em, checking all the settings. Then that software feeds the schedule straight to the Irish Open website, to the PokerStars Live website, to the PokerStars Live app. It's a fine balance, trying to figure out the exact number of tables that we're going to have every half an hour across all the different tournaments. We try to keep the room as full as possible, but we don't want to have waiting lists and we don't want to have empty tables, so it's a fine balance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different chipsets. I think in total between all of them there's 200, 250,000. So it's busy. Obviously each event, they're using different chips, but obviously we kind of have 68 different chipsets. So you've got to plan accordingly what you use for what tournament, and making sure that the two tournaments aren't going to sit next to each other with the same chips and stuff like this. But so we'll liaise with the tournament director, the floors and stuff like this, and make sure we have everything in order. Stuff going out, stuff coming in, make sure you record everything, make sure we don't lose anything, make sure they have everything prepared out there, sort of stacks, spare decks for the floor. This tournament is finished, seniors is over, so we are hopefully going to get 7,495,000 chips from this tournament.
Attention dealers and players on the satellites, you have a new blind level, 100 300 with a 300 big blind.
It's a moving beast when you're trying to get all this done in 3 days. You're coming into, as you see, a big hall that's empty. It doesn't even have power, it doesn't have internet, so I have to bring all this in and make it all happen. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of planning, but we're getting better at it every year.
Stand Alone Festival.
The winner is Irish Poker Open.
To be in that category in itself was an honour, and to win it was unbelievable. It shows the hard work that two of us put in, and it's not just the two of us, by the way. Laura does a lot of work, Phil Baker, as you know, does an awful lot of work, Nick O'Hara, Sean, all the guys. It's recognition for all of their hard work and what everyone's done since we've taken over the event.
Well, thank you. I don't have a speech. I was going to do a speech, and I met a guy at a bar today who just got married.
I was going to say a few words, but Paul pretty much thanked everybody, including the school teacher, the local priest. So there was nothing left for me to thank. He was already up there for so long. I was looking, I was like...
I'm just going to thank a few people, actually, now, and I'm going to just wing it.
Well, like, at what stage are we going to get taken off here, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I didn't have much to say at the end. He done it all. And it was a great speech. It was a really good speech.
Thank you very much. Agus go raibh míle maith agat.
Probably not going to have an open bar next year.
One of the things that I found was a lot of these events were just all business. So players, when they won, didn't know where to go celebrate, or players lost, didn't have anywhere to go, and like drowned their sorrows. And for me, the Crackdown is the heartbeat of the Irish Open. There's some people that come to the event and haven't looked at two cards in 3 years. Like they just come for the as we say, the crack in the Crackdown. So for me, that is it's what happens in there is as equally as important to what happens out on the poker tables. And Phil Baker, as you know, has been phenomenal. The guy is unbelievable. He's an amazing host in the Crackdown. He's on point all the time. Like some days he's doing 16 hours a day, and he's always, as you said, a smile on his face. And he puts in some great shows. And that's part of what I believe has built this event to where it is. Like so many new players here this year come over the first time. Like we go to other events, we don't see anything like this entertainment, and they'll be back next year with 3-4 more players. And that for me is how the event has grown so much.
Listen, it's only a man that looks like you, that's so handsome, that can carry that look off. Phil, I want you to do me a favour.
What's that?
Get help.
He shoves.
All in on the call.
This is unexpected. All in, called by Ruggieri.
Umberto shows ace-10 off. Simon shows...
And Ruggieri gets it in good as a 59% favourite.
2025 Irish Open champion. And the flop.
6 on the flop. And the straight draw.
King of Clubs.
Still 6 outs for Umberto Ruggieri. The river card is a deuce. We are walking in a Wilson wonderland. He is the 2025 Irish Open champion.
Of the Irish Open Trophy to the 2025 winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Simon Wilson!
First of all, we got to get out of here on Tuesday. That's number one. Number two, we got to make sure everybody's paid. All the players, all of that's processed. So they're the number one. That's really the number one priority. Make sure that everybody actually gets paid who has won money as soon as they can, because we're on a long weekend here, so you can't do anything transactional wise through the banking system at the moment until you get into Tuesday. Then we have a debrief, and then all the different departments, they'll all have kind of a debrief of what went on, what worked, what didn't work, was there any new challenges this year, and then we're already starting to think, okay, and we try to action them things early, because if you leave them for months and months and months on end, they're not fresh in your memory. So we're trying to get onto things like that pretty quick.